Hola bandidos, ¿cómo estamos? Welcome to Mel's Magic Official. I'm Magic Mel, and this is Al, one of my spirit guides. Welcome to episode 3 of season 9. Yes, it's full moon, sorry, not full moon, new moon in Virgo. It's Friday, so you are my TGIF date. Whoever you are, male, female, both, don't matter. I'm open minded. So here we are, and I thought let's pull some cards because the energy is shifting again. How's your week been? Mine has been, I feel the need to rest again. And I've noticed that every time I feel the need to rest, it means I'm preparing or my body's preparing for a big jump again. So I'm like, I'm just going with it. Whereas in the past, I would fight it, bulldoze my body, drive myself too hard. Nowadays, when I feel the need to slow down, just roll with it. Makes it easier. I'm done with fighting against myself. So if you've been feeling a little bit heavy, maybe it's also the change of seasons. I noticed it started to rain here and the low pressure, maybe just an excuse for me to stay in bed longer. But I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna rest a little bit more. Why not? And giving us this grace during these times of transitions. I mean, nature sets the tone. If only we would follow nature's rhythm, it would save us a lot of energy, believe it or not. Because I do believe deep down that we exhaust, i.e., overextend a lot of energy by not going with the flow, by fighting the current, by fighting our own seasons, internal seasons. So it's just wiser to synchronize with your own body, and your body synchronizes with Mother Nature. So it just flows better. And we were never made to produce and create all the time. There's this eternal yin yang balance. Time for action, a time for rest, introspection, regrouping, and gaining insight also. Because it's especially in those times where we go inwards, where we take a time out, where we slow down, that we can actually enter the receptive state and receive messages, insights coming from ourselves and the universe. So I felt my energy changing a bit, so I'm curious myself. Should we pull some cards? Vamos. What else happened? I had my nails done. I never do that, guys. But you know what? I'm also telling myself, Magic Mel, we've got to honor our own body and feel good and look pretty for ourselves. You know? So, feels good. I'm going to continue that. See? Pink. Yes, I'm girly sometimes. So, what should we ask? What are we doing here? You know, I should realize the past two divine masculine readings could be applied to the feminines, because I had a friend kind of update me on her, just whatever's going on in her life. And I thought, oh my God, that so resonates with divine masculine reading. So if you're a lady or whatever other gender, I encourage you to watch the divine masculine readings, the last two especially, because they were pretty deep. Yeah. Okay, what do you want to ask? What should we ask, guys? Just let's start with the present energy. What is our present energy? And I'm connecting with your Asgard team, angels, spirit guides, gods and goddesses, and ancestors. And I had another funny story. And okay, why don't you drop me a comment in the comments box if you want me to share more of my funny anecdotes with you, of my interaction with my spirit guides. Oh my God, I'm telling you, they've got a sense of humor, these guys. I'm gonna say, what is your present energy? Mosquito, oh no, mosquito. Present energy. Vamos, is this recording? Yes, good to go. What is your present energy? Let's see, I'm probably gonna need to shuffle quite a bit. So be patient. Patience is a virtue for a reason. We gotta cultivate that with ourselves, with other people, with energy alignment. You know, when we talk about divine timing, that's all that it is. It's just the energy is being right. And I know that sounds airy, but I don't know if they have them. Do they already have these x-rays that scan just energy, i.e. everyone's energy? It'd be so cool. Because if you take away this physical vessel, you know, we would just be energy. All you would see is energy. So it's probably out there already. Magic Mail is a bit analog. Gotta catch up with the trends, you know what I'm saying? I'm catching up. I set up my Patreon. I'm doing my YouTube live tomorrow. You gonna be there? It's 10 a.m. Yes, 10 a.m. EST, Eastern Standard Time, US, which is 4 p.m. Madrid time. Philippines, I'm not sure. It's either 10 p.m. or 11 p.m. in the Philippines, so stay tuned. That's your chance to chat with me live. Don't be shy. I'm nice, you know that. And to touch upon those topics that I asked you about, you know, the joy in the new earth, shadow integration, how I got out of depression. That's your chance to actually voice your opinion, voice your experiences, because I want to connect with you. Otherwise, this is just one way, you know? So tomorrow, Saturday, 16th. Okay, let's focus. There we go. Present energy. Ooh, it's looking good. It's looking good. Victory. Victory is in the air. And you know, victory can take many shapes. The victories I like to celebrate nowadays are those internal victories where you suddenly realize that you respond in a different way that you used to, or that you act in a different way, that your thoughts have changed after consciously trying to rewire your story, rewrite your script. You know, those are the internal wins that other people don't necessarily witness, but you yourself know what's going on. So you tell me, what is it in your present energy, daily life that you can celebrate as victory? Usually the ones have to do with passion, with following our passion, our purpose, living something meaningful, doing something meaningful. Could do with relationships. You tell me, what is it that you can feel victorious about? Small win, big win, it's all relative. Well, it's looking good. I like this energy. I like it. ¿Qué más? What have you recently released? Because, dude, the full moon in Pisces was heavy. Damn, I'm surprised I even put up those videos. But I also told myself, you know, I like to put up the videos where I'm not always high vibing, so you can see that I'm just a human being. I go through my own struggles, and it's okay to show your real state. And it's not all this facade of lollipops and unicorns, that we all go through stuff and we work through things. That's the important thing. Yeah. So those two, or was it one or two full moon in Pisces readings, you can tell my energy. I was like, damn, old stuff coming up, which I really gratefully have released and I recognize now. Because once you see an old pattern, you cannot unsee it. The light is on, you're aware of it, and then you can say, gracias, you've served me in the past, and I'm letting you go. So what have you released just recently? Vamos. And let me know if this resonates with you guys. Okay, that's one way of interacting with me. And of course, if you resonate with my videos and with moi in general, join our tribe on Patreon. I'm telling you guys, it's going to be awesome. Because we often feel like, oh my God, we don't belong, but it's often that we just haven't found or attracted the right tribe. So the more authentic you are, the lighter your bright shines, the brighter your light shines, the more easily people can find you. Yeah. Wow. You've just released the King of Pentacles energy. And this, I want to read in two ways. First of all, King of Pentacles, I look at him. He's like sitting on his throne. It's like the wealth and abundance is growing out of him. He's kind of camouflaged within all the abundance. And Pentacles all has to do with earthly abundance, you know, money, career. Looking a bit schmuck, no? There. But I'm also reading it in a sense that you've released this strong attachment, over-attachment towards materiality. And don't get me wrong, I'm all about abundance, prosperity, financial abundance, money. Money's just energy. I'm welcoming it. I bring it on. Like, I want to welcome money because I have a lot I want to build. I have a lot I want to share. And the bigger my abundance, the more I can give. So money is neutral. Money is a tool. it only amplifies what there already is. So if you come from a point of generosity, it will amplify your generosity. If you come from a point of greediness, it will amplify your greediness. So, but I have a sense here that you've disidentified or let go of an over identification with just the money. You tell me, does it resonate with you? Maybe that's part of your current victory. Because victory, success is also something we need to redefine or define for ourselves. We talked about putting the ladder of success leaned against the wrong wall. If you think that a particular path is your path to success, but it doesn't really truly align with you, you will notice that by climbing that ladder, you climb the wrong wall, you climb the wrong ladder. So be discerning and define victory, define success for yourself. I mean, for me, success nowadays means going to bed with, I mean, it's not always 100% clear conscience, but I try my best to not go to sleep with resentment or guilt or feeling off, having peace of mind forms part of my abundance and prosperous life. Freedom, and that doesn't mean just financial freedom. I mean freedom of time. I'm free to manage my time, and I value that. I recognize that as being a privilege. However, I also know that it took a lot of choices along the way. I've chosen my path. I've chosen my reality. At least I've co-created it. So I appreciate that. I appreciate my cat. He gives me so much love. And I literally, no matter what I'm doing, if he comes to cuddle, I pause, because it's those small moments, guys, that are so precious at the end of the day. I don't pin my sensation of fulfillment or happiness on those big accomplishments anymore. No, I'd rather be present with the daily, mundane, magical moments. Not to say that the big wins or whatever, if something great happens, I don't appreciate it or celebrate it. Quite to the contrary, you know that I love celebrating. But I really bring the abundance and just down to the minute, the microcosm. Right here, right now. What is it that I can be grateful for? What can I appreciate about myself? My relationships form a big part of my abundance. Like connection to myself and to other people. Because we don't function in isolation. That's an illusion or delusion. So I appreciate my community, my relationships. I mean, obviously where I'm living, it's a beautiful part of the world. I mean, the list goes on and on. So just the fact that I'm able to appreciate that is an internal win, an internal victory for me. Because I wasn't always like this. I used to be extremely ungrateful and in my head. So knowing how far I've come in my personal development, in my self-growth, that for me forms a huge part of success. Yeah. So let me adjust this. It's getting dark really early now. Crazy. Okay. Yeah. How about you share some of your internal wins? Doesn't have to be a big deal. I like small moments of success, small magical moments. All right. So what are you moving towards with this new moon in Virgo? Are you Virgo? Thank you so much. How's the Virgo tribe doing? You guys are like stereotyped as perfectionists, looking at every detail. I don't know. I don't know many Virgos, I think. Oh, wait a minute. Oh my God, I do. My mom. And my brother. Although my brother is on the cusp of Libra, so he's a hybrid. Yeah, they're two different characters. So I don't know what a typical Virgo is like. Let me know if you're a Virgo. This is your new moon. What did we ask? What energy is coming in for you? There you go. Ooh. You're coming out of resisting the Tower. Now that's a good sign. Tower upright. Look at the color synchronization going on. Black. Tower is all about enforced change by the universe. Usually in those moments or that point of time when we've been resisting too much, when we've resisted going with the flow, that's when universe comes in and says, boom, you're not listening to me. I gotta pull your foundation from under your feet, so you're forced to change. You're forced to look at things differently. Your old way of doing things and looking at things and mindset and behavior are not working anymore. You gotta adjust, you gotta grow, you gotta expand. And if we don't do that, then the tower comes striking and then everything gets smashed down. Everything that was built on a false foundation, on the false rock, will be destroyed because it's just not sustainable. And nobody's spared, not even the kings, not even the wealthy. We all go through that. The universe is pretty impartial in that sense. Yeah. So what you're moving towards is actually resisting. No, sorry, that's not the wrong word. Resisting the resistance. No, is realizing that if you continue on this certain path, a tower will strike. So you're actually avoiding, detouring a tower moment because you're recognizing within yourself, maybe it's part of your success, that something has to change, that you're ready for change. Or maybe you don't feel ready, but we never feel ready. When do we ever feel ready? You know, bravery and courage, it doesn't mean that we don't have fear. It means moving, doing something despite or with the fear. And then realizing that, the fear was actually, it diminishes. The more we step into our courage or do things out of courage, we realize, the fear just was a fear, a false story, appearing real. So good on you for avoiding the tower. It means you're letting go of resistance and you're avoiding the tower, because tower is major arcana. Tower is something it's at the point where, the universe offers us choices that are either in alignment or out of alignment. You choose, that's why free will. But if you keep on choosing the non-aligned path, at some point the universe comes in and realigns you through the tower. And that's when we don't really have power anymore. It's like force majeure, fuerza mayor. So in those small moments when the energy is encouraging you to step into your growth, to expand, to adapt, to flow, to be flexible, that's when we actually still have the major or most free will and power, so to speak. But when the tower strikes, it's beyond our control because we've resisted too much. The universe is like, I got to course correct you because you ain't doing it for yourself. Tower, boom. And you're like, oh my God. I know that whatever aspect of your life, if you continue in that way, that tower is coming. So that's one way of reading it. The other way of reading it is that, but this is in the future, so this is paradox. But let me say it anyway. I'm not going to question myself. Is that maybe that's to do with your victory, that you've come out of the tower moment. So this already happened. You tell me if it resonates. The tower already happened and you recognize what had to change. And that again forms part of your present victory. And that will have had to do with letting go a perhaps too superficial, materialistic, 3D, ego-based way of thinking, living. You tell me. So there's two ways of interpreting the tower in reversed. Let me know which one resonates with you most. So all to say that you're back on track, because we're always aligning, realigning basically. We're like, cruising, and sometimes there's storms and we need to course correct given the present moment. We're on this journey, this adventure. And it's best to be very present because you can only adjust when you're very present and realize and accept what is working, what is not working. That's when we have the most power, in the present moment. When we blindfold, when we ignore the storm, when we do all kinds of crazy stuff, then we get into trouble. Then the lightning strikes. The airplane goes like, nosedive. Okay, let me know if this resonates with you. That's for that. And I'm just going to ask a few more questions because I'm curious. What is your biggest challenge at the moment? Vamos allá. I'm going to shuffle over the table. I don't know why I sit so far. What is your current challenge? Thank you so much. Bertolt Brecht, I think he was German. He used these moments where I shift the camera as a way to make the viewer or the audience know that it's just theater, so you don't over-identify with the script. It's a way to to make you realize, oh, it's just a theater, it's just a projection, it's just a place, a way to put you back into reality. You know what I'm saying? So I'm doing this little, I'm not purposefully doing them, but just came to my mind. Anyway, Magic Mel, what's the current challenge? Vamos allá. Spirit team, thank you so much. Aska team, for your cooperation, for your guidance, for showing us, for guiding us. Vamos allá. You know what, guys? If you feel a little bit heavy or your energy low, allow yourself to rest. The world is still going to be there tomorrow. That's what I tell myself. I don't carry the world on my shoulder anymore. I'm actually of most use when I'm rested and feel happy and I'm well. Yeah. Someone wanted to come out almost. Current challenge. Ooh. Your current challenge. Some heavy duty cards, guys. This is Major Arcana also. Your current challenge is not to resist death, and death is all metaphorical. Death is transformation. I mean, that's actually how I view physical death also, because it's a transformation. Because energy doesn't go anywhere, it just transforms. So, maybe that's why the Tower in reverse also came. You've been struggling to accept that the energies have changed, that you're asked to change, and death, every transformation requires an ego death, because our ego gets attached, identified to a certain way of behavior, to a certain persona. And transforming means an ego death. It means we step into the unknown, we're trying out something new, and the ego, the mind, cannot predict the familiar pattern, cannot project the familiar pattern, the familiar way of being. So it is a metaphorical death to the ego. However, it's always for our highest good. If we flow with it, if we embrace it, if we take that step, despite the fear, we're always generously rewarded by the universe. And we're always supported, guys. You know, we always tend to think that we have to do everything on our own. No. Ask your spirit team also, like, hey, I'm struggling with this transformation. I've been resisting this transformation. It's been hard to embrace and to own this transformation. Please help me. So this has been your challenge. What's your greatest strength underneath it all that you're probably not appreciating or aware of? You know, we tend to look at what's wrong with us, what we want to change, fix, improve, and it's so heavy to always look at ourselves like that. How about looking at yourself of what's already working? I read something beautiful in The Artist's Way, something like discipline, discipline can only take us so far. What takes us further is excitement. Imagine going to work either like, okay, I need to get up at 7 a.m. and I have to do this. Oh my God, this military discipline will only take you so far. But if you get up and tell yourself, hey, I have another chance to go about my passion projects, that's a completely different energy. Lost my train of thought there. But don't beat up on yourself. Oh, that's what I'm trying to say. Don't judge yourself. Even if you're struggling, accept it. It's okay. It's just human. You're just a human being. And I don't mean that you're just, you know what I mean. What is your strength? Vamos allá. Thank you, dear Asgard team, for not glitching up my computer. Thank you for smooth sailing technology today. Grazie. What is your biggest strength? I'm going to do my fancy shuffle, which you can't see, but you can hear. Transformation. I'm just rolling with it nowadays because I know how painful it is to resist my own transformation. Trust me. That had to do with the big depression I keep on talking about. It's when I resisted transforming and I clawed onto my past, and it's just so painful at the end of the day. So nowadays I'm going for it. I keep on asking my angels and spirit guides, please assist me in my transformation, in my change, in my growth, in my expansion. Please help me recognize the opportunities, and if they're not there, then create those opportunities for myself. But I'm telling them, always support me, because it's rough. Sometimes it's rough. All right, your biggest strength is accepting help, is accepting and opening yourself up to inspiration, opening yourself up for guidance. Look, It's literally a hand coming out of the clouds and the Holy Spirit, divine inspiration, dropping into your cup. Yeah. So how about just like holding the cup? Say, asking shall receive. Hold that cup out. If it's empty, say, okay, please help me. Please fill me with courage. Please guide me. Please show me inspiration. Open yourself up to receiving. And that is actually your biggest strength. You recognize that. That's maybe part of your internal victory. And that's also to do with avoiding the tower. You know perhaps that you're struggling to transform and that you could do with some guidance, and you actually, for once, or maybe not the first time, holding out your cup and saying, universe, God, whatever you believe in, I'm worthy of some help and I need it. Please give me. Thank you. Good on you. You tell me. Okay, what else? What does your soul want you to know in this new moon in Virgo? What does your soul want you to know? Let's set some intentions also with this new moon. I'm going to do that because yesterday I filtered my clothes again because Is this recording? It is recording. Yes! Shit. Okay, the Fool came out. Your soul, I'll continue my story in a bit. Your soul wants you to know that you're ready to take that leap of faith that you might have been thinking about and resisting. You're ready to transform. You're ready. You were waiting for someone to tell you. I'm telling you. Magic Mel is telling you. You're ready. Look, you've got everything you need. You're traveling light. You're wise now. You've got your little mascota, we say in Spanish, your little guardian. Yeah, and sometimes, pets sometimes are compañeros. There's always somebody. And even if you don't see it in the physical, trust me, if you ask, if you hold out that cup, you will be guided by invisible forces. Yeah? Trust me. And you're taking that leap. And like Mr. Bean in that commercial or in one of those episodes where he walks over what you think like a railing, high skyrise railing, you think, oh my God, he's gonna fall. Then a truck comes, then a bus comes, then a wooden plank comes. Basically, every step he takes, he's supported. Something happens. But the support only comes as you take that step. That's why it's called a leap of faith. You're leaping in faith that you're being supported. So have faith, trust. Yeah? The universe, your soul mismo, your own soul wants you to know that. Okay? And your soul's got your back. Your soul wants the best for you. Your soul, connected to your heart, connected with your intuition, is guiding you. Yeah, so you're not doing it alone. There you go. Be this gallivanting character with the rose. Carry all your, ¿cómo se llaman? Not amulets, talismans. Yeah? And take that leap of faith. Beautiful. I like this reading. I really do. Is there anything else? Well, let's see what is underneath. Crossing all of this. Yeah. This, could be seen both ways. It's the Two of Pentacles, upright or reversed. The way I feel it is, you're better with juggling different responsibilities, and you're also out of this dilly-dally mode. That's why you're taking that leap of faith, because we're only in limbo land and dilly-dally mode if we're not quite sure, if we're not committed to a path or taking a certain direction. And then our energy is split. Then we're literally like him, juggling things. That's actually my intuition's telling me that's more the reading of this card. You're out of this indecision. When we're undecided, we're like, you're out of that. You're taking leap of faith. You're trusting that you're being supported. You're no longer resisting your transformation, because if you resist your transformation, you're going to bring in the tower, and we know the tower is painful, and that is perhaps one of your victories. Yeah, and you also recognize, you're getting smarter by now, that it's not all about the money. Not all, I'm saying. Yeah, we got to put things into perspective. So what else? Overall, let's do a thorough one here. Overall energy summary for you for this new moon in Virgo. Almost, yeah. Can't remember the name of this deck. The Psychic Tarot, something like that. It was a present from my friend Cosmore in Florida. I love it when friends know what you like and they give you gifts that actually, make you feel like, oh my God, they really understand who I am. Sometimes people give you gifts and you're like, what were they thinking? I mean, I still appreciate it, but I'm like, slightly off target, guys. What else was I going to say? Oh yeah, about my clothes. So yesterday, I don't know, I just had this intuition, impulse, whatever, to open my wardrobe, and I basically, I hope my mom is not watching this, got rid of, I think, 80% of my clothes, because energetically it just doesn't resonate anymore. I'm like, you know what, I'm letting go. I don't mind having little or nothing for a bit, but what I want next is intentional and brings me true joy. One of the things actually was that, I said, okay, I don't want just things that fit me. I want something to feel like it's caressing my skin. And then I went to the local Mercadillo market here and I found this skirt. I'm going to show you. And I'm like, oh my God, I'm going to try this on. I put it on. It feels like it's literally like caressing me. I love it. Feels like silk, smooth like silk, like Thai Airways. It's actually the color of Thai Airways also. Fin, overall message, overall energy for you for this new moon in Virgo. What's your plan for the weekend? Well, I'm going live with you tomorrow. You better be there. Kidding. And tomorrow, oh yeah, I plan something very strange. I don't know what's happening with me. I'm going to the shopping mall because I need some shoes. I need to exchange this voucher I got given for my birthday for some chocolates. I'm going to share them though. I'm actually going to the shopping mall. It's going to be one adventure. And then I'm going to clean the house. Nothing too crazy. I've become so domestic, it's cute. Okay, your overall energy for this new moon in Virgo, muchas gracias. Yeah. Material and spiritual prosperity. See, I think you just let go of the over-identification with money. It doesn't mean that the material and spiritual prosperity won't come in. It's just putting everything in balance. So there you are. Numero 6, bringing in, attracting what you truly already are. Because it's not like it's something outside of us. Your wealth, your abundance, all of that is, you are internally full of wealth, full of love, full of abundance. You just maybe blocked yourself off from it. But with this new moon in Virgo, you're calling it all back in as a reflection of who you truly are. Kudos on you. And one message from the Oracle. Thank you so much, dear Asgard team, dear Spirit team. Hey, remember to say thank you to your Spirit team. They like it. I mean, we all like to be appreciated, don't we? Okay, 2 cards. Telling you, new moon, new life. Speaks for itself, no? You're calling in a new way of being because you're no longer resisting the transformation. You're being the fool. It's at least what your soul wants you to be. So extend, lean into, when we feel resistance, sometimes it's too much to like open ourselves to expansion. It's a bit overwhelming. But how about just leaning in? Leaning in is softer, gentler, not just slightly leaning into your expansion. Just be curious. And then wake up to this beautiful new way of being. Be gentle with yourself. Okay? And the other one came out in the reverse, is not for you. So here's this Chinese fortune cookie on a chessboard, and you're realizing, what the hell am I doing on this chessboard? I mean, what's a fortune cookie doing in there anyway? So you basically realized you were in some situation, in some kind of ambiente that was not for you, and you're letting it go, you're releasing it. And that's probably also part of your internal success. You tell me. We talk about discernment a lot. Our discernment helps us realize, be honest and humble enough when something is not for us. Because sometimes things look all shiny and glittery and tempting, and that's especially those moments when we need to use our discernment. So not only our logical mind, but our values, our integrity. Does this feel integral to who I am, to what I value? Is this really for me at this point in time? Ask yourself. And if it's not for you, don't obsess and lament what you had to let go of, because everything was that rejection is just God's form of redirection. whatever we make space for by letting go, we are opening up our energetic, mental, emotional space for something new. So turn your head. For every door that closes, there's 10 more that opens. Wow. How's that for a little new moon reading? Let me know what your plans are for the weekend. Check out my Patreon, guys. You're going to be part of Magic Mel and the Love Rebels, because love is the revolutionary and rebellious act today. And I'm saying love in the biggest sense. Yeah, love is patient, love is courageous, love is truthful, love is self-honoring, on and on and on. Maybe one day I'll make a whole episode on that, because it's not the love, at least me, that I had in the past, which is very egocentric and narrow-minded and idealized and just not really love. Okay? So form part of our tribe, check out my Patreon. And basically what my Patreon is, it's your chance to support me directly with $6 a month to help me create more of what I love, so that I'm able to share that with you. Okay? So that those products, though, that online content I share with you. There's some exclusive content just from my Patreon members, from my tribe. And I always tell you, be discerning what you choose to invest in with your time, with your money, with your intention, because where attention and energy goes, where attention goes, energy flows. Yeah. And you'll know that you're supporting me directly if you vibe with me and you're part of our community. Yeah. There's more, but I forgot. More perks, but I forgot. So check it out for yourself. And know that I'm a coach specializing specifically with inner child work, because I call myself Magic Mel Joy Coach. And joy has everything to do with reconnecting with our inner child that is full of awe, sense of wonder, marvel, excitement, color. Yeah, it's the little version of us knows best what is fun. Our adult version obsesses, makes everything hard, likes to struggle to prove our worth. That's just adult stuff. Inner child, full of joy, creativity. So I help you with that. I help you find your way out of the maze of depression by shining a light. I help you transform by being a loving, compassionate, non-judgmental witness. There's a lot of things, but those are basically my 3 specialties, I'd say. And I pull tarot readings, you know that. Speaks for itself. So if you want a private reading, I do general readings, I do love readings. Details are in the description box below. And if you want coaching, also just email me and say, hey Mel, how can we work together? And say, jump on a call and let's see, figure it out. Okay? Be curious. Stay curious above all. But again, I appreciate every one of you. Thank you for liking, if you appreciate my message, for sharing with whoever you feel might resonate, for subscribing to my channel if you vibe with me, and for just being here, guys, because it's nice to journey with you. It's nice to know that we're not alone on this journey. Huh? So stay tuned for episode 4 coming up super soon. All and I say have a nice weekend and TGIF. Ciao.